This is Marcus Nelson, and you're now in tune with the SUAVV session.
All right, cool. So, Marcus, where'd you grow up? What was childhood like? What was life like as a kid?
So, life for me as a kid, man, I grew up in Newark, New Jersey. Very,
Okay.
yeah, very rough, very urban environment.
You
Kind
say you
of,
say very rough with like a smile on your face. It's like that was just that was life.
right? It really is, because the experiences you have while you're growing up, it kind of teaches you how to handle any future obstacles and stuff like that. So, I'm actually really appreciative of it, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
I grew up in Pennsylvania, like in Harrisburg.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
So not too far, but far enough away from Newark. But I know a lot of Jersey dudes. Like I know a lot of Jersey dudes.
hey man, I love
Um,
the area, honestly.
yeah, you have to. What was that like growing up in a rough environment as a kid?
Oh man, so it was it was interesting. There wasn't a lot of opportunities that I have been brought to when I did move out. If I'm being transparent, but I will say the culture, the food, and the wonderful people that you do get to meet, and the wonderful relationships that you do get to build with other friends and people, I would say have definitely been an experience I have not found anywhere else. Because
Yeah,
being able to really relate to them and to go through those experiences with them, you really build a bond that you really can't find anywhere else.
yeah, really. That's real. So did you know as a kid you wanted to be an actor?
So I did not know I wanted to be an actor until my early 20s. But I will say I used to go to the movie theaters and I'll just look at the movie screen. I'm like, oh man, like I can do that. Like I'm getting butterflies in my stomach and I'm like, I can do that. Like I know I can do that. And what happened was I ended up starting to create Instagram skits and Vine skits. And long story short, my page got hacked. And I was like, you know what? Let me try to take this professionally. So then
Yeah.
I took my talents to the big screen.
So it's before then, what did you want to do?
Oh, so I was in school for kinesiotherapy, which was like massage therapy or physical therapy. Shaw University, North Carolina, HBCU. It was a great time, great time. A lot of really dope experiences there too.
I won't hold the fact you went to Shaw against you. I went to Johnson C. Smith.
Okay, yeah, I
Um,
see. Yeah.
so we'll let you slide for now because this is your moment. So we'll let you give props to Shaw.
Hey, your school is also amazing too. I've been over there a couple of times.
See, that's great of you. Thank you for being nice to my school. I appreciate it because the rivalries are real.
Yeah,
But there's a lot of HBCU love. Um, how do you feel like that molded you in a way to be able to pursue your acting career?
I would say yes. I actually
Okay.
took a semester in theatrical classes at Shaw, and it was very
Nice.
interesting. That was the opportunity for me to see the big difference between theater work and being in front of a camera, and that's where I kind of pinpointed which direction I really wanted to go. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, I would say definitely did play a part in that.
Nice. So I guess when you leave Shaw before you start acting.
I actually graduated first. Yes, I did graduate first.
Okay. Did you go back to Jersey?
I did not, man. So my story on how I even started um, was it's kind of different. So I was a district manager at Waffle House, and
Okay.
one day I just was looking up at the sky. I promise these moments do happen. Okay, I'm looking up at the sky, and I'm just gonna quit, and I'm just gonna try this. So I ended up quitting on my vacation and moving to Charlotte, North Carolina, where I officially started to take television and film classes, and I was able to network, get signed with the agency there, and really get my career started. So yeah.
How scary was that? Because when we're young, quitting things and just jumping into something new,
Mhm.
doesn't sound as bad, but it's still a little scary because you're unsure.
So it was absolutely terrifying. But the one thing I will say that I did hold on to myself was, and I'm very proud about, is I'm very confident in being able to have the endurance to endure just obstacles. So I
Yeah.
knew eventually I was going to be okay. But living homeless, sleeping at my frat brother's dorm room for a couple months and working like four jobs, like yeah, it was tough. But I will say using my resources and knowing what my resources were was a big staple for me. So,
How did you say you're able to endure obstacles? How did you
mhm.
stay focused when, like, in that moment it would seem like everything is going wrong while you're trying to pursue this thing that you have a dream about? How do you stay focused throughout that time? Did it take friendships? Did it take those extra people in your life to help you as well?
So I will say this: there really wasn't too much support coming from my surrounding area. I had a very close couple of friends, maybe like four or five, that were really supportive of me.
Hmm.
But I will say the biggest thing for me, ironically enough, was I didn't quit and do all this stuff for no reason. So something has to work. I kept
Yeah.
telling myself that, and really believing in myself and what I'm capable of doing, and just looking back and seeing all the stuff that I've overcame in the past has
Hmm.
helped me build that confidence to know that I can also do this too.
Yeah. I tell people, like, when you quit, especially
Mhm.
when you quit jobs to go and pursue what you want,
Yeah.
like, at that point, it doesn't matter what it is as long as it's legal, like,
Mhm.
you find a way to do it.
Um,
And it's whatever it takes to not go back to where I was at, I'm going to do
exactly.
it.
Exactly.
So it may be the worst of the worst job, but it's like it's a step in the right direction. So,
It also
kudos to that.
it also is helpful when you listen to other people's stories and you say, "Oh, okay, so they've been in this position." Um, I'm a huge advocate of if somebody else can do it, then I can do it too. So once I seen
Yeah.
like Taraji P Henson, like her story, her background, I'm like, okay, like she was able to do that, so I know I'll be able to do this too. So yeah.
Yeah. When you make your break into the industry, what was that first role?
So I have a I have a movie on Amazon Prime called The Holy Heist. It's a bank heist movie.
Okay.
And it is a faith based film and amazing good work with Brigham McNeely in there. That was an experience because it's like all that hard work I was doing, like really being able to use all the tools that I learned and put it all together. Because as an actor, you can go to class and you can learn these things, but really being able to nail the audition and really being able
Yeah.
to get in front of the camera and really being able to play and exercise all the things that you've always wanted to exercise. I mean, that feeling right
Mhm.
there is absolutely spectacular.
Yeah. Yeah. When you do that and you have that first taste of success in the industry that you work
Yeah.
to get into, what at that point motivates you more to keep pushing to the next thing? Because
Man,
a lot of people don't know, like, this industry, there's a lot of no's
yeah.
before you get to yeses, unless you're very fortunate and very blessed to be able to just, like, get yeses the entire way down the line.
Yeah.
Very rare.
Yeah.
But when those no's hit, like, what keeps you motivated to keep pushing through there?
Man, what's interesting is that, man, those no's still do hit. And what does motivate me is what I've been able to do in my career thus far. I have been very fortunate enough to do a good handful of things in the short span that I've been acting of 4 years professionally, coming up on five. But
Okay.
I've been able to do a lot of commercials and a lot of feature films and even some network television shows. And just being able to hold on to that feeling of what it was like of seeing myself on TV or seeing myself in a movie or now when people text me like, "Hey man, like you're doing a good job." That holding on to those feelings right there definitely it just makes it worth it. I would say it just makes it.
Yeah. For people trying to get in the industry, don't knock commercials. That
Oh,
is that
no,
is a consistent check coming into your mailbox on
come
a
to
regular basis.
it definitely is residual.
Do not knock it.
They will feed you. They will definitely feed you.
Like, it's a great way in the door. Like you meet directors. It's again, it's money that just comes to you repeatedly. I have friends that have done commercials and they're like, we can go on vacation. There's a commercial check coming. Like,
Mhm. Yep.
how can I get on one of these Dunkin' Donuts commercial? Shameless plug. Like it's like let's make it happen.
Hey man, they definitely, and it's funny that you say that you do make the connections because the last commercial I did do, which was the Domino's one, the
Mhm.
director was also the director from Hidden Figures.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was really cool to be able to work with him there. And something I just like to do, I just like to leave a little stamp in the day just to make sure that he just remembers me, even if it's the smallest way. So yeah, that was actually really cool to work with him.
Yeah. And that's like the industry is about relationships.
Yeah.
So you have to be that person that's there. They see you, they see you're working hard. They
Hmm.
see you're not like bullshitting through their time, you're not wasting their time. It's the worst thing to do in the entertainment industry is waste somebody's time. Like
Oh,
they will remember it forever.
for life. It is.
So you do this, you do the commercials, you do the
Mhm.
smaller projects, you get some feature films, and then you catapult and you get like major growth.
Yeah.
When that major growth moment happens, how does that feel?
So once I really started to walk into rooms and people were already noticing who I was,
Hmm.
it was kind of like, whoa, like what is happening? Um, that moment, like where a little girl comes up to you, is like, hey, like I've seen you in this movie. Can I get your autograph? It's
Yeah.
absolutely insane, but um, it feels good. I will say it feels good because like the years of hard work, all the talking, all the getting up when you were tired, didn't feel like getting up and working all these side gigs just to be able to have moments like this, man. It absolutely feels sensational, as Future would say. Feels sensational,
Yeah.
but it really is a blessing, a hard earned blessing, and I would say that nothing really feels like it, but it definitely is worth the while.
Yeah. What's been your biggest challenge career wise so far? Like the role that pushed you the furthest?
Oh wow, okay. So there is I do have a feature film coming out this year where I play one of the leads in. It's called P.S. I Hate You, directed by Taylor Rashad and written by Terrence Battle. Man, that role right there was very interesting for me because I had to I had to really get out of my comfort zone. I had to really
Hmm.
explore other lifestyles, um, and really understand that me playing this role is a very tedious role, and I need to be able to do it right because I can offend the community. And I was told I did a very good job,
Hmm.
and I'm really excited to it. It should be coming out this year, so I would say that role right there was definitely a stickler for me. Out of all of them
Nice.
that I've done so far.
I
Mhm.
did a play in LA.
Yeah,
Um, and I had to be like extremely mean. And it
yeah.
was it was so hard for me. Like I was apologizing every time we were like rehearsing. I was like, yo, I'm sorry. That was
Yeah.
an asshole move. And they're
Um,
like, it was. And the director was like, stop apologizing.
yeah.
Be an asshole for once. And it was like it was hard for me to the point where it took him to piss me off, like behind stage, to like go on stage and be mad at everyone else.
Yeah.
And then when I did, he was like, thank you. I was like, you're a dick. Like you're an asshole. Like you really are an asshole. And I'm not apologizing to you for this. Like
They
it was,
yeah, they
but
would
it
definitely do
takes that,
that. Mhm.
like that stepping out of like your norm and being something completely different is hard, but when you do it, is the reward from it is amazing.
Right, exactly. And like one of my good friends, he had a role in a theater play where he had to play a sexual predator, and
Hmm.
his scene partner was a young girl.
Hmm.
And like him being able to tap into that in front of the audience, like I respect him because I understand how difficult that can be. And I was, ooh, that right
Yeah.
there would be very tough.
Yeah. When you can walk away from a project and people still hate you afterwards.
Oh
like
man,
very well.
you did a great job.
Like I really don't like you. I don't know you, but I really don't like you,
I
and
don't
that
know.
means you did great. Like, if you're
Man,
that
that was
antagonist,
good. That was real good.
you're real good. You got me convinced. Get
All
your
right.
daughter, y'all. Get
Yeah,
your
right,
kids.
exactly.
Like, have you seen the new Monique movie, the
I have
storybook movie?
not. I actually just seen an article on it, but I have not seen it.
That movie scares me with her
Yeah.
because I don't know. It's like you try to figure out what part of this is acting and what part of this
Mhm.
is your real personality. And again, that's like you can call her a great actress from portraying it that way. Like it was, I never want to have that side of her in real life.
I want to see
Let's
it
just
now.
say that.
It's on
No,
Netflix, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. When you watch it, like, let us know.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely will.
All right. So you have a new project that we're not going to get into specifics about,
Yeah.
but you've done something that many black actors haven't
Yeah.
done yet, which is you got into the DC comics world.
Yes, I have.
Um, when you get an email or a phone call about a DC movie, what did that do to you?
Oh my gosh. So, man, let me tell you. First of all, I did the audition not even in Atlanta. I was actually shooting another movie in North Carolina when I had got the audition. And I just wasn't feeling right about it. I'm like, oh man, like the background's not perfect, everything. Because we try to be our best. We try to make sure we turn in our
Mm-hmm.
best. And everything just wasn't perfect. So I sent in the audition, and like 2 weeks later, my agent calls me, and I'm like, oh man, like I've only sent in one audition since the last time I've talked to him, or I haven't had any other auditions. So I'm like, I wonder what's going on. Like, so he
Yeah.
calls me, he's like, yo, pack your bags, like you booked it. When I tell you, dude, like me trying to be as professional as I can, I cover the phone. I cover the phone, and I'm like I'm not making no noise. I'm just, and I get back. I'm like, okay, so what do you? he was like, pack your bags, like you're gonna be going to so and so, and I was like, okay, like is somebody gonna be like? And I'll be honest, like I knew someone would be calling me, but in the moment, I just couldn't believe it, right? So
Yeah.
when I hung up the phone, man, I probably walked around a circle inside here screaming for like 15 minutes. Oh man, and it was crazy because like my friends were here and it was like, what is going on? And I'm like, I can't tell you, but it was chaotic in here. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was absolutely insane. But man, that feeling I've never felt like that before. I've never
Yeah.
felt like that before. It was just so aesthetic, so much energy, so much love. It felt like such a great accomplishment that because getting this was literally my first dream in acting. I would
Mm-hmm.
say, being that I was able to do this, I had to find a new dream, which is a beautiful thing to be able to find a new dream once you accomplish one. So I
Right.
would say, like that energy right there was just absolutely amazing. It was absolutely amazing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Now it's DC, so it's action packed.
Mhm.
Um, were you able to do like
Yeah.
stunts and all that?
Yeah. It was
What is that
cool.
like?
Man, it was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. It was crazy. It definitely, you definitely get a different perspective of it.
Hmm.
Still just as much fun. Still pretty athletic. But man, just to be around all that equipment and all that gear and being able to perform the stunt, it's really cool, and I can't wait to see it because when I see it, I'm just gonna be like, yo, like that's me. Like that's not a stunt man. Like
Yeah.
that's actually me. Right? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's gonna feel amazing. That's gonna feel amazing.
So something that I talk about with different interviews is what success does.
Hmm.
So like we understand success makes your audience bigger,
Hmm.
but it makes your circle smaller.
Mm.
Um, have you experienced that yet?
I have realized that my audience has gotten bigger and my circle has gotten smaller, as in my free time. So I don't have any more free time.
Yeah.
Um, I'm honestly using any moment I can really to network, really to grow in this industry. So yes, I have experienced that. Being at
Yeah.
this level, yeah, I've already experienced that. That's actually
Have
really
you?
that's that like to put it like that. That's actually really smart. I like that.
No, it's that's I realize it, I guess, more like as even myself, like as I grow, it's like
Mhm.
I can't let just like anyone have access anymore.
Right.
Like I have to be careful, like where I place myself.
Hmm.
Um, so it's being careful about like who you allow to call themselves your friend, like where you go, where what atmospheres you place yourself in. Because mistakes at this point can be like career ending.
Yeah.
And it's like you don't work this hard to get to this point to let someone else ruin what you worked hard for.
Right. Right. Exactly.
So it's just it tightens the circle up a
Hmm.
lot. So it's I think it's that part of adulthood and success that you don't really anticipate or you really don't know about. And it's
Hmm.
something that you kind of like learn as you go.
Exactly.
But it
Absolutely.
sucks, but it's necessary.
There you go.
Unfortunately, sucks, but
Exactly.
it's necessary. What do you want? What do you want your legacy to be? And I know that's hard to ask you right now, being like you said, like 5 years into your career.
Hmm.
Where do you want to take it?
So I want to be able to perform a character so well that whenever that character's name comes up, you cannot but just only think of me. Like the
Yeah,
Joker, Heath Ledger.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
I want to be able to perform a character that well that it's just world renowned. Like everybody in the entire world just, oh man, Marcus, he killed that character. We should not touch that character because Marcus, he did it so perfect. Yeah,
yeah,
that's what I want to do.
yeah. Do that because that Heath Ledger and the Joker was
Yeah, man.
like to just know how temporarily insane you have to go
Yeah,
to be that sadistic. Like it's a lot.
yeah.
So,
And
but
I would definitely say the like one of the biggest things that I've learned from him is just like the small things in the moment that he does. Like I was watching an interview and he the reason why he licks his lips is because the makeup was tickling him,
mhm.
but it just goes with the character.
it,
It just goes with the character.
yeah,
Yep.
that was crazy. Like that was a different level of crazy. Um, yeah, no, that's why I'm not an actor. Like, I'll do the interviews. Like, y'all have it. That's y'all's world. Cool. What's next? Since you have wrapped the DC project, like
Hmm.
what's next for you?
So this year I just got new representation. An amazing manager actually. She represents me in LA and in New York. So up until this year, I've only been getting auditions in the Southeast market. So I should
Hmm.
get a bunch more auditions. So you should be seeing me on a lot more things around America. So really looking excited to that. Yep.
You have any plans to move to LA?
Potentially, not gonna lie, potentially because
Nice.
As an actor, Hollywood is really where you want to get to. So yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All
I
right.
do
Yeah.
plan to.
Well, then, we wish you the best.
Thank you. Thank you.
Once once the movie's out, which we're not naming right now, I'm looking forward to seeing it. So, and then I can like point at the screen in a movie theater and yell, "I know him," and piss everybody off because that's what we love to do. So-
Trailer should be coming out soon, man. If I'm being honest with you, the trailer should be coming out within a month. I just
okay.
can't say anything until the trailer drops, and it's just like,
Yeah.
it's
Is it?
okay.
We don't risk careers, not for information. Like it's not happening.
It's okay.
So I'm not gonna be like, yeah, Swab did it first. No, I don't want that responsibility. Be like, yeah, I ain't got an acting job since I did that interview with Suave.
Oh my god,
Like,
that's amazing.
oops. All right, cool. Well, man, we look forward to seeing you, and again, wish you all the best.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely.
Have a wonderful